So I don't want to get you excited about manifesting, because as soon as you start to go towards manifesting, you put a stop on everything that you want. So get excited about state of being. The most important thing is staying in that place. Even that word staying implies work. It's just a simple fact of visualizing, feeling, and then becoming. That's it. You do that over and over again, and everything's going to line up with that vision that you had in your head. Isn't that the most important thing? When you sit down and you watch a movie, what are you doing? You're inspired by what you're seeing. You're feeling moved. You're feeling like you're escaping into another reality for a bit. You go somewhere else, right? It's a story. Simply put, when you read or play a video game, why not visualize for yourself and become that very person on that screen that you want to become? That's all you're doing. You'll watch, you'll feel the movement in your own body, you'll feel the shivers, you'll feel the excitement move over you. You'll feel yourself from where you were when you sat down first, contracted, to this release of, oh my God, everything just moved towards what I want. Don't you want that? Like, isn't that the most inspiring thing that you could ever ask for? Like, do I really have to sell you on meditating and visualizing? Maybe I do. I don't want to. That's not my goal. I'm already sold myself, so I won't sell anyone. But let me tell you what I feel then. When I sit down for 5 minutes and clear my mind, if I'm like, oh, I don't want to sit down, I want to watch a movie, I'll sit down and watch a movie. But if I'm feeling like, oh, I just want to chill and just sit in my room and stare at the wall and do nothing for 5 minutes, I'll do that. And then pictures will start flowing into my head. Either way, put some good music on, get inspired, and see what you want. Everything that you see is a catalyst to what you've been thinking. If you don't believe that, I'll put it another way. Everything that you see is a catalyst to what you're feeling. And if you don't believe that, I'll put it another way. Everything that you're seeing is because you believe it's supposed to be there. Just like you believe that obviously you have a job and you need to feed yourself, just like I do. Yes, but all those things are taken for granted. So as soon as you change your state of self, your state of being, and you feel differently, automatically you're going to make the different choices. It's that simple. You can't, once you feel a different way, you can't not make the choice. So sit down for 5 minutes and visualize what you want and watch your life move. You do this once and you'll feel the change. I'm not going to talk about the next day and how awesome it gets. I'm not even going to go there. So sit down, see what you want, and visualize for 5 minutes on what you want. You're your own desire. No one else can do that for you. No one can give you anything you want but you. You can go out in physical reality. Not that this is not physical, but I'm saying you can go out and outside and look for a partner. You're only going to match yourself every single time. So if you find someone that argues with you or who's annoying, you're only going to find that over and over again. And that's beautiful because that's what you're putting out. The universe is an exact match. It's a mirror of what you feel, who you are as a person, your values, your goals. So start looking deep inside yourself and ask yourself, why do you keep attracting that person? That's called shadow work. It's a simple process of asking yourself. You don't have to do anything. And I know it sounds like work, but you don't have to do anything. All you do is look at the awareness of it, and your body will shift its emotion. You'll be like, okay, well, obviously that's irrelevant. Why am I even thinking about those beliefs? Your beliefs they'll flip. They'll change right there. I did it. I was like, why do I always have to do my hair and look pretty for some person that I always attract the same guy every time, and he's just boring and he's annoying or something. So I said, I'm not going to, I looked at why I'm attracting those guys. I cleared that. It only took like 10 minutes. And then I looked at why I have to do my hair because I wanted to impress. I didn't feel like I was enough. I always felt like I had to be something else because they wouldn't accept me. So when I accepted myself, I walked outside. Just before I went out the door, I saw my hair messy. And I was like, oh my God, it freaking works. I was so excited, and I didn't linger in that excitement like, oh my God, this is so sick, and I was like, I had to go, but I felt it for a split second, and I didn't do my hair. I walked out, and of course, it turned out perfectly. That's two different realities. Like, did you hear what I said? Like, can you do that? Can you go outside and not wear something you don't like, and then automatically change that belief, and then wear something you don't like, and see that it's beautiful and perfect, go out there and prove yourself right, that the partner likes you as you are? See, that gives you shivers. That makes you feel small. Like, wow, why would I go if I don't feel... Like, you're not supposed to challenge beliefs. You're just changing the beliefs, you see? You're not going to go outside wearing something that you don't like. You're going to feel uncomfortable. But if you can change that belief, I'm not asking you to look like a bum outside. What I'm saying is you can change your belief and watch the reality around you. Reflect back to what you're feeling. If you're feeling no longer, I don't know, unworthy is the word I'd use, then you're going to reflect back worthiness. If you feel worthiness in any kind of clothing you're wearing, just for experiment purposes. Long story short, my hair wasn't, I didn't do my hair. I went out and it worked out perfectly. This guy was everything I wanted, and it turned out to be a great date. So that took literally a couple of minutes to look at why I was attracting that. So for some of you, that might be too advanced. And I don't say that as in there's a step ladder, because we're all advanced beings, and wherever you are is advanced, because you can only attract what you believe, right? That's advanced. When you recognize that you don't attract what you want, but who you are, it changes the whole game. When you're at that mentality and you recognize it and you have enough life experience to see that that backs you up, this video is useless. You don't need me. Because then you can change a few beliefs and your life will change. I used to be scared of acting. I started getting into acting, and now I'm sending out letters to agents. I'm not even thinking twice, and I'm asking for more than I normally would ask for. And I don't even have the experience, but that's because I'm backed up by my belief. It's not a belief that you hold like a handbag. It's a belief that you become. Like, for instance, you believe that your mom and dad or whatever, every time you talk on the phone, that they're going to say a certain thing, or you're going to get a certain feel from them, a certain expectation. That's a belief. When you change that belief, you'll see that the person on the other line will say things that will shock you, and you'll feel differently, and you'll expect it. When you change a belief, it's not like something's beside you encouraging you. You are it, and reality reflects it. Isn't that the most exciting thing to be excited about? I mean, isn't that why we go out to date? Isn't that why we go to the gym? Isn't that why we go to a movie or something? Because we want something to change. We just want new. We want excitement. You can control anything you want with this technique. Always resort back to how you feel. And that's not enough, though, because when you resort back to how you feel, that you're just checking in with reality. You're checking in with what you're seeing, what you're observing. Look at the belief of why you feel a certain way about whatever you're feeling about. Ask questions about why you see these things a certain way. If that's too much, go back to resort number one, is visualizing and becoming the part. When you feel like you are it, it's game over. It's game over. So when you become it, and not in the sense that you have to do anything, when you feel like you are something new, it's game over. You only get that feeling. It's that simple. Let me think of something that I can inspire you with. Okay, so the gym. I was at the gym. So when I first started working out, I didn't see that there was enough. I never got paid attention to. No one would ever look at me. Okay, so long story short, I visualized some guys talking to me at the gym, the coolest guys, and I was like, well, that may never happen, because I had this belief that I wasn't good enough in high school or whatever. I just didn't feel confident enough. So I changed my story. I visualized what I wanted. I only saw that, and I got used to that feeling. It felt uncomfortable at first, getting attention in the gym and these big guys approaching me. I was like, I don't know, I never felt that, not in high school at least. So I started practicing that feeling, and obviously what happened was two guys approached me in the gym, and they were the loudest two guys in the gym too. So of course you gotta be careful what you visualize. And they're not obnoxious, but they didn't give a shit, and they were big guys, right? They didn't, I guess, whatever. And they knew me from a party. So I met these guys at a party. So it's all part of the one chain. And then they're like, oh my God, it's Sam. So they started approaching me in my middle of my workout. Of course, I was like, I don't want to be bugged right now because it's my workout. But then they started having a full conversation with me in the gym, and I was like, hey, I got to go back to my workout. It was so exciting. It was fun, whatever. It wasn't until I walked out the building I realized that's what I asked for. So this shit is so powerful that I forgot what I manifested. And I was like, oh man, I actually created that because I changed my state of self. So now, because I believe that and I have that state of being, I'm going to keep attracting those guys in my reality. So I had to go home and change that instantly. I'm like, okay, I visualized something else, and I was like, I just want my own gym time. Now I know I can have what I want. I know I can attract the cool guys that I want in my life. I know that sounds really lame, but do whatever you want for you. Okay? So I hope that inspired you. If not, I've got more stories. But I don't know why I don't share my stories. I just don't really care. I guess they're so personal. I feel like they're not important to you guys, and you don't really need to know or care about them, because I know you have your own experiences that you want to experience, right? You're going for something that you want. You're looking at you, you're like, what do I want to get what I want, right? So go back to, resort back to how you feel, which will bring you back to your state of being, which will bring you back to visualizing, and then visualize a new state of self. Picture something you want, whatever it is that inspires you. Don't ask how, just stay in it. Your mind will fight you. It will be like, you can't have that. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. It's not serving you. Not that your brain doesn't serve you, but that voice is tedious. Ignore it. It will pass like the cloud in the sky, and you will just completely begin to create that wheel of momentum in yourself, and you'll feel more inspired by that vision that you create for yourself. And then, hold and behold, you'll start doing actions that are in alignment with that, and you won't even realize it. Someone will watch a movie, and you'll normally sit down to watch a movie with someone, but you'll be like, I don't feel like doing this. This is really boring, because you upped your vibration. And then all of a sudden, you might just go on Grindr or text or something, and then someone will be there waiting for you because you reached that new plane. It's just how it works. You didn't do anything action-wise. I know I said you got up and walked away from the movie, but that's because you were inspired to. You can't sit there. It's an uncomfortable feeling for you. You're like, oh, this is agitating. I can't sit in this reality. You won't even recognize it. You won't be talking like that. You'll just be like, okay, something feels off. You'll get up, you'll go text or something, and then there'll be an opportunity. It might not be huge, but it'll be a step. Maybe it's just a hi to an old friend or something, and it opens up your world. You know how it works. I know you know how it works. So resort back to how you feel automatically. Remember, if it's a reflection of how you feel, reality, if it's a reflection of what you think, if it's a reflection of what you believe, you tap into one of those things. You shift one dial on that clock in your life, which is a metaphor for belief or a thought. You do one thing, you change. Your reality shifts. Okay? So remember, if you're having a hard day or anything, take it slow, take it easy. It's usually because we feel like we're not doing enough, we're not being enough, and we haven't gotten to where we want to be. Resort back to meditation. Come back to yourself. All is well. You're on the right track. You're doing the right thing. Breathe. Take 10 minutes, if you want, to just sit in silence. And then, if you feel like it, if you feel inspired to, meditate on something that you want to attract in your life. Sit with that person in your mind. Feel their presence if you can. Talk to them. Have a conversation with them. In your mind, if you're comfortable, out loud, if there's no one in the room. I mean, it's just you and yourself. But ultimately, it's about shifting how you feel. Because reality is going to keep you. It's not against you, it's with you. The universe is with you. I didn't know that. I used to believe it wasn't, because I felt like because if we have bills, it feels like it's against you. Especially when you don't want to go to work. But it's only reflecting what you're believing, that you have to go to work. It's an exact reflection of everything that you feel. No more, no less. So, if you take the risk, if you take a moment to just resort back to what you feel and know about you, your desire, your passion, your belief system, you will see. I won't even talk about tomorrow. I'll talk about just that moment. You'll see how that inspires you to do something new. Alright, so today I want to talk about state of being. This video is literally just to remind myself and whoever else is listening that state of being is the most powerful manifestation that you can acquire. State of being is the fundamental of all things, because yes, you feel good, which is everything you want, but more importantly, it actually gets your ass moving towards your dreams and your desires. How does state of being do so? When you visualize what you want, you get life purpose, and everything moves accordingly into plan. You'll watch and you'll see how after you visualize, it's like this feeling of whatever you acquired in that visualization will dissipate. But what's actually happening is it's starting to solidify in your reality. It's starting to get thicker and thicker like glue or mud. And it's starting to take form or shape in 1 or 2 days, depending on how powerful that visualization is. The next step is going to become relevant to you.